Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of truth and knowledge, welcome to an experience that will take you on a captivating journey beyond our world. Today we have a special treat for you as we sit down with the renowned Andromedan contactee, Alex Collier. Prepare yourself for a rapid-fire question and answer session that delves into the depths of cosmic wisdom and unveils the mysteries of the universe. As always, please remember to like this video and share it with your friends and family. That way, it gets seen by more truth seekers. Also, remember Alex hosts a live webinar 3 times a month on a Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, so be sure to visit the link in the description for more information. But for now, here are today's rapid-fire questions and answers.
Hello, dear friend. What advice can you give to those who believe they are today's high spiritual beings, but who actually only had a couple of experiences and have fallen into their own egomania, are leading people astray, and accuse those of the love and truth of being dark? Personally, I want to kick all their asses, but that doesn't work. You are much more level-headed, so what would you suggest they all do? And for those sweet souls who get led easily, how can you help them spot the losers? How to spot the narcissist, eh?
When you become a legend in your own mind, you begin to believe your own press. And that triggers your immediate downfall. Everybody has the gift of discernment. And if they don't have the gift of discernment, you're going to learn it. You're destined to learn it. The mission is service to others. It's to learn thyself, to honor thyself, but to be of service to others. That's the mission. If you're not doing that, or you are listening to someone who isn't doing that, then you're going to learn a huge lesson in discernment. And those can be really painful, because if you don't get it the first time, then the 2x4 comes. And if the 2x4 hits you in the head and you still don't get it, then it's a railroad tie. And you're going to have major lumps on your head when those hit you, until you learn the lessons of discernment. And the lesson of discernment usually is you're not listening to your own intuition. And when you don't, you know, that's when the lumber comes out. And I mean, start small and then it gets big real quick. Okay? And if you want to avoid the lumber, then you start listening to your own intuition. Your gut, your heart is always wiser than your head. And it always will be.
The information on the giants is fascinating. Do you know exactly what their purpose or intention will be once they come out of stasis?
No, I do not. No, I do not. That information will come from the indigenous shaman who have been aware of all this information forever. This information will come forward through Alliance and Space Force personnel. And it will also come through civilian exopolitics historians who will be given the information and asked to converse on how to share this information with humanity. Some of the information and things that are coming are literally going to blow the socks off of people. Only because, well, one, they only thought it would be science fiction. That means make believe to them. Or two, it was so beyond their comprehension to understand that they simply need time to wrap their heads around it. And they're going to need time to wrap their heads around it. But the more concise and clear the information is when it is presented, the better it will be for them to begin the process of assimilating the information. Now, all these revelations are going to erode the world's religions. And it'll become clear why and where those religions came from.
Hello, Alex. I saw that Table Mountain in South Cape in Africa is currently on fire. It has been said that this zone is a huge ET base. Do you have any information to share regarding this site and a fire there? Thank you and big hugs.
No, at the moment I don't. I'm aware. Many people have known about the underground facility there. I've heard about the fire. I've even seen a few photographs of the smoke and such, and the different colored flames coming out from under the ground there. But, you know, my focus has been in another place at the moment. Most of it here, trying to take the information that I'm getting and put it into words and share it with you. You know, I'm still using crayons, and I'm down to one crayon. I don't need the whole box. I'm just down to one now. So, but I'm sure someone will come forward with more information on that. I wouldn't be surprised if Space Force assets don't come forward and share what they've known or what they've experienced on site themselves. You see, they want to share it. They want to tell us what's going on because this benefits everyone. This benefits everyone. You know, these men, these women in our armed forces and all the armed forces around the world, they have family. They have loved ones. They have children. They want this to be good. They want this. They want resolution to all this crap. In this darkness, they want it to dissolve so that, you know, when they leave home to go on active duty or on assignment or whatever it is that they're going on a detail, whatever it is that they're going to do, they want to know that their families are safe. Just like, you know, when your husband or your wife goes to work, you want to know that they're going to get there and they're going to come home safe. That they're going to come home. When your children go to school and come home, you want to know that they're going to go to school, be safe, and come home and they're safe. And the same for yourself. That's what we all want. We don't want to have to be afraid all the time. No one does. It's exhausting, and it ages us faster than we can even imagine. And it changes who we are. It lowers our vibrations, something awful. We don't want that. So they want to share the information. which is why they have to start sharing more and more information and begin changing the structural changes in all of our governments around the world so that this information can sit in front of everybody for them to process. And as we process it and we assimilate it, then we get more information and more information. And the whole time we're raising our frequency because now we know the truth and we see the big picture. Okay? Our life is not this. It needs to be this. Well, I would all the way around. It needs to be 360. It's so much more than what we've seen. And we need to see it all. Because we're a part of that. Our energy, our consciousness is creating it. But now we're taking a very active role in literally focusing on creating what we want. This not only empowers ourselves, it empowers our community, our family, our civilization. And that's what they want. That's why they're here assisting us. The benevolence. They want to go home to their families. They don't want to have to keep looking over the shoulder and saying, what are they doing on Earth? Any updates today? You know? What does the Z channel say? Are they behaving? They don't want to have to do that. They want to know that we're going to be responsible. And we're going to take care of ourselves and each other so we can survive.
My question about Jesus, the Bible, and salvation. I spent a lot of time studying scripture and even teaching it till a lot of things didn't make sense anymore. Who made Jesus into God and invented this doctrine and why? I understand you know a lot about the Bible, etc., and I would love to hear more on this subject from you.
Well, that's a touchy one, isn't it? So I'm going to say this. Jesus the man was an incredible being. Have you read the Gospels of Thomas? Have you read the Gospels of Magdalena, Mary Magdalene? These were all parts of the Bible that were removed prior to 1611. So they were part of the Bible for over 1,000 years. There is a lot to be gleaned from those books. In fact, there's more of Jesus' saying in the Gospel of Thomas, Thomas being his brother, his physical brother, because Mary had more children after Jesus. And I'll say it that way. There's more to it than that, but why don't you read some of that? And you can find that at Amazon, probably eBay, or wherever you buy used books. There are several different authors with several different interpretations, but the words are the same. And he was a remarkable person. The church, well, just read what you can about the Council of Nicaea. And that should tell you pretty much everything you need to know about their reasons for doing everything.
Great to see you at the conference. Thank you. You have used the terms vacuum and locally focused several times. Once the Alliance says checkmate, please share a picture of what this may look like from your own imaginings.
My own imagining. Well, in order to exercise our new sovereignty and our ability to govern, we would need to start locally. Because the real power belongs with the people, and the people's energy and focus usually is always locally. And from there, it expands from a local level to a state level, or a territory level, or a province level. And then from there, it goes to a national level. Well, this would be no different. We would start locally by firing and getting rid of all the idiots that we've been paying for all these years who haven't done shit and who've just fucked up everything. So we would remove them and we would replace them with people who are on the same page, have exactly the same goal, and that is to make everybody's life work better. All right? And to make local government responsive and responsible to the people, not to special interests or mega corporations. So that's how I see it starting, is locally. May take a year, and I can only use the United States as an example because this is where I'm at. Probably would take a year, maybe less, for all local governments to be replaced and with people that of like mind being put in place. At that point, then we tell our federal government, whatever's left of it, this is what you're going to do. This is how you're going to conduct yourself. We will be watching and monitoring and auditing everything you do until we know you can be trusted. And even then, we're going to watch, monitor, and audit you. Maybe not as frequently, though. And, you know, on a local level, that's what it's going to be. We need to rebuild our neighborhoods, our cities, you know, our counties, our states. I mean, they've been left a shambles by corrupt politicians and special interest groups. They've just bled us dry, you know, of everything. And we have to not only take it back, but distribute it the way it was meant to be. Rebuild our schools. Get real teachers in there teaching real history and real economics, real math. No of this fake socialist, none of that crap. Only the truth, just the truth. And we would demand the same thing from our politicians. If you fucking lie to us, you're gone. We're going to recall your ass in a heartbeat. And you're gone. And you're gone. We may even press charges and put your ass in a work camp or something. Okay? No more. We should be done with all this crap. You know, we don't have time to waste. We're already 400 years behind where we were supposed to be. We haven't got time for this stuff anymore. You know, if their word's no good, adios, you're gone. And that's just the reality of what it has to be. You step up, you man up, you own your word, you own your actions, and you're probably good, and at least we know you're solid. And if you're solid, then you're trustworthy. If you're not solid, then you're not trustworthy. You got to do something else then. We're not going to put you in a position of leadership at all. You know. Okay, because everything they do reflects on all of us, because they're our representatives. And they need to understand that. They represent us. And whatever they do reflects on us. So it better be right. It better be honorable. It better be authentic. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. That's what works up there. It's so easy to do the right thing the first time. It's so easy. I mean, yeah, you might make a mistake, but if your intention was to do the right thing, okay, you get a second shot. But it's so easy to do the right thing. Then you don't have to do it again. Then you don't even have to look back. You can keep moving forward, doing the right thing. And everybody moves with you. Instead of having to sit back and clean up your shit. God. Humanity has no idea how much shit we're going to have to clean up. You have no idea how much there is to clean up. Oh my God. A lot. A lot.
The way I understand it, malevolent alien species have left our planet. Are there still a few left behind in pockets like Greys and Reptilians? Did Danny run into one at the hotel? Will they leave, or what will happen to them? Please explain. Find out next week in next week's episode of
As the reptilians turn, as the darkness falls. Good Lord. I can't speak for Danny, for Lady Henderson. I can't speak for her, and no one should, actually. That's dangerous territory there when you speak for her. There was some negative energy there. You know, there were there, looking for weaknesses, looking for a fresh snack of energy that they could suck off somebody, siphon off. You know, that's who they are. But there were also the opposite polarity. The positive contrast was also there. Are there still some pockets of regressives? Yes, I understand there are very, very small pockets. They know where they are, and they are of no real threat to anyone except themselves at this point. But they're being removed. They're being removed. You know, there are multiple levels to this. Primarily on the surface, what's happening is we have Marines and National Guard backing them up, going after child traffickers and organ harvesters, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We also have the same units going after human slavery. You have the Alliance and Space Force doing what they can to rescue and, if possible, return to Earth those that were sold into slavery off-world. There's a lot going on. And there is simply no sugarcoating it. And even though people ask about it, they really don't want to know the hard facts about what has been going on and how dark it's truly been. But when you have combat soldiers who have been in combat, whether it's been Iraq, Iran, Central America, Antarctica, in the dumps, when they raid a facility in Southern California and they're so traumatized by what they saw, then you know how dark it is. And it is. Not everybody's going to want to know. And I don't know that everybody should necessarily be told everything. But that's just my own opinion. I'm sharing with you today what I just talked about for the last hour and a half. Because we're at the corner. We're making the turn to the right. Okay, to the right. We're making a turn to the right. And it's an uphill climb in octaves. We're moving up the hill, and with every 10 feet, we're changing an octave of frequency. That's where we are right now. All this other stuff that's behind us is behind us. There is no reason to fear an invasion. There is no reason to fear a nuclear war. There is no reason to fear the reptilians coming up from underground. There is no reason for that. They know where they all are. If we have a fear, if we have a reason to fear, it would be from our own kind, because many of them are lost. They are completely lost. They have no idea who they are. And some of them don't even have a soul in them. There's something else in them that isn't the original soul. And that's a whole nother subject. Okay, and that's being dealt with as well. This isn't going to happen overnight. You cannot clean up this planet in thousands and thousands of years of shit overnight. It's going to take several decades to do. But what we can do and what we have control of is that which we create today, tomorrow, and the next day, moving forward. And that's exactly how I see it. If you disagree, you're more than welcome to, you know. And if you have a better idea, then share it. Then absolutely share it. Okay? I don't have all the answers. I don't know anybody who does. I mean, if the Azal had all the answers, they wouldn't be mentored by sixth density. So you see, there's always evolution. There's always growth. There are no masters. There are no masters. Everybody continues to learn and grow.
This question has bothered me for a long time. Do you know if the 1985 Challenger accident, was it really about the O-rings or was it espionage?
You know, I don't know. I'm aware of the controversy revolving that. I do know that they were told ahead of time not to launch because of the O-rings. Then again, I have also seen pictures of people who are alive that look exactly like the people on board that space shuttle that have different names, but they're identical looking people. So, you know, I'm aware of all that. It's just that hasn't really interested me. I didn't have any interest in that. I've been focusing on, in my opinion, bigger things. You know, I'm more interested in humanity surviving and moving forward than I am that, whether the planet's round or flat. Who gives a shit? Frankly, you know, if we're not here to enjoy it, what's the point of worrying about any of it? You know? And it's a sphere, by the way, for those of you who just asked, well, what is it? Anyhow, that's where my focus has been. And that's where it's going to remain. Maybe somebody else wants to focus on that. That's fine. If that's your lane, that's your lane. You go for it. You know, but that's not my lane. You know, yes, the United States of America went to the moon. Okay? Military's been there for quite some time. Quite some time. So have the Russians for quite some time.
Where are we at in end time events? How much is left to play out before humanity can evolve into the next level of our revolution without the darkness that has plagued us for eons?
Okay. Number one, drop end times. Just drop that word. Okay? Just drop it. There is no end times. There is the ending of one chapter of human history, and we're moving into another chapter of human evolution. That's what this is. There is no end times. Nothing's ending. It's shifting. It's changing. And as far as the darkness, God, so much has already happened to remove so much of it. Okay? I mean, the reason you're hearing more and more about it is because they're letting you know this has been going on. They want you to know that this has been going on. That means they're dealing with it. That's why they're making it public. They want you to know that this has been going on because they're dealing with it. God, the frequency, everything's changing. The world is changing so fast. I truly hope you see that. I do. I truly hope you see that. Based on your question, I'm not sure that you do. But you need to. You need to know everything's changing. Disclosure is all about the truth. And where there's truth, there's high vibration. There is a really high frequency. And when you have truth, you have an opening for love. You get to experience and share love openly where there's truth. That is something you should be excited about. And you got to stop listening to the media. Just turn the fucking thing off. Don't listen to them. They are so full of shit. Whatever they say, whatever you hear, believe the opposite. Okay? Just believe the opposite. And that's what the truth is. They're not capable of telling the truth. Maybe that will help you see more promise, more hope for everything, every single day. When they say, oh my God, it's terrible, it's this, it's that. Actually, it's not. Everything's getting better. Everything's getting good. The collapsing of the U.S. dollar and the U.S.-based economy, fiat-based currency, is actually a really good thing because we're going to go back to a real currency, a real currency system, economic system, something that's real, that wasn't just fake. And this will be the last system we have before we move to a level of consciousness where we won't need a monetary system. This is huge, absolutely huge. It doesn't get better than this for our civilization.
There you have it, fellow truth seekers. An enlightening and exhilarating rapid-fire question and answer session with the remarkable Alex Collier, sharing his profound encounters with the benevolent Andromedan extraterrestrial beings. As we continue our cosmic journey, let us embrace the wisdom of the Andromedans and carry their message of love, unity, and compassion with us. Together, we can create a world where humanity stands united, ready to embrace the wonders that await us in the vast expanse of the universe. If you found this rapid-fire question and answer session fascinating, hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family. Subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more captivating content like this. Thank you for joining us on this incredible adventure. Until next time, may the stars guide you on your path of enlightenment and exploration. And remember to always seek knowledge and stay curious. If you want to get the latest information from Alex Collier, we host a live webinar 3 times a month on a Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information and dates of upcoming live webinars, please visit AlexCollier.live. Please click on one of the above videos to seek more of Alex Collier's knowledge.